Hi everybody, in this video we're going to have a quick chat about all things to do about your credit rating, your ICB, Central Credit Registrar, should you have a mishap with a loan repayment, whether it be a skipped loan or completely not paying a loan back. I did some content in the past about this, but I do get it asked on a daily basis in our DMs or when I do an Instagram live, and people seem to be quite confused out there about what to do if they find themselves in the situation. So let's have a quick chat about what happens. Well, firstly, if you skip a repayment on a loan or you don't pay the loan back in total, so let's say I've had examples where people maybe had a credit card debt and they moved abroad and they forgot to pay the credit card debt, or people that just maybe missed repayments on a loan because they maybe lost their job or they had a sickness or an illness, etc. That missed payment is going to go down on your ICB or your Central Credit Registrar. There's two places to find your rating. That's the ICB.ie or Central Credit Registrar.ie. The Central Credit Registrar is the most recent. It's been developed over the last number of years, and it's there actually to replace the ICB, and that should be done by the end of 2021. But you go to both places and get your report, and unfortunately you're going to have to go to both places because both places have a different way of finding out about your past. So if something doesn't show up on the ICB, it might still show up in the Central Credit Registrar. So we always recommend clients to check both locations. But again, let's say you had a missed payment on a loan in 2018 and you had 6 months of missing payments on a loan, or you didn't pay a credit card or whatever. In that situation, it's going to be held and noted on the ICB for up to 5 years. Now, where people go wrong is it's not 5 years from 2018 where you made the mistake. It's 5 years from when the account was either closed or brought into full balance. So let's say, for argument's sake, in 2020 you remember that you never paid your credit card back, and you went back to the credit card company and you paid it in full in April 2020. Well, it's going to be 5 years from April 2020, so it'll be April 2025 until that comes off your credit rating. Now, most people contact us about their credit rating because they're going for a mortgage, and it's that they're coming up or they're fearful it's going to come up before they sit down with their partner. And in that case, I would strongly recommend, if you're in a situation where you're going for a mortgage with somebody and you think you may have an ICB or a Central Credit Registrar issue, go check them and try and get it solved. And don't put your head in the sand and don't let it come up when you go to the mortgage application stage, because number one, it's very embarrassing, but it can also be very frustrating for your partner, considering the amount of work you've probably put into this to get it up to that stage. So do always kind of get that conversation out of the way as soon as possible. But anyway, back to the example. In this case, it's going to be on your ICB for 5 years. And if you are looking for a mortgage, it can be quite difficult. But there are one or two lenders out there that will look at you once you've had no issues on the ICB or the Central Credit Registrar for up to 2 years. So although it will be there for 5 years, a couple of banks will look at it after 2 years. So I do think this is very important for people to understand. Now, it is a case-by-case basis, so it does depend on how severe the non-payment was or what the reason behind the non-payment is. But also, one thing that may benefit you is if you have another small loan, and my previous example was you got into difficulty in 2018 and in 2020 you cleared the loan. In that case, you can get a small credit union loan or a very small loan for even 1,000, 1,500 or 2,000 euro from your bank or credit union over a 12 or 24 month period. It will show that you've repaired somewhat the report that shows that you have paid a loan back in full since you had the mishap. Now, for those that have watched my content before, you know I always say that you do not have to have a loan to have a good credit rating. But in this case, when you're trying to repair your credit rating or repair your credit report, it can always add value, and it's a little bit more beneficial to a lender that sees that you've actually paid something back successfully. But please do not get that confused with somebody saying you need to take a loan now and pay it down before you get a mortgage. Two completely different circumstances. And the place where you're going for a mortgage and you've never had a personal loan before, you do not, 100%, you do not need to have taking a loan out before you go for a mortgage, because in this country there's no such thing as that good or perfect credit score. There's no situation where if you have a really high credit score you get a cheaper loan on your mortgage. It doesn't happen here. That's not to say it mightn't happen in the future, but currently we do not have the same rules as they do in America. And I find that a lot of people that watch my content do look at financial advisors or business people or entrepreneurs in the States, and they'll be giving out advice to what happens in the States, but it doesn't actually happen here in Ireland. So again, just to recap, you're going to go to icb.ie or the Central Credit Registrar should you think you have any problems. And please, If you think you have any problems, take your head out of sand ASAP and engage with your bank or your credit union or your credit card company, whatever it was that you had the problem with, and try and get it resolved ASAP. As always, hope it added value, and please like and share and tag people that you think need to hear this video.